About 6 months ago, I had this aha moment. You know, when young entrepreneurs come to me and say, I'm starting a company, what should I do? My advice is always do what you love. And I had this moment, it was middle of summer, and I looked at Magnify and I said, there's this chunk of the business we love. We eat it, we breathe it, we sleep it. And then there's another chunk of the business that we're out there fighting pitch battles for that we don't love. I'm like, wait a minute, why don't we just embrace the part we love and let the market serve the non-special part? So we've shifted the business, not dramatically, but we've said, you know what? Put your video on any OVP you like. Put it on Brightcove, we love those guys, put it on Uyala, put it on YouTube, put it wherever it's going to go. Let Magnify be the curation layer and the presentation layer on top of any OVP. And it really has changed the business. We all are trying to sort the web in real time, and it's not working very well. And the one thing we're sure of is people are going to make more video tomorrow than they did today, and twice as much video the day after. So there's this huge volume of content pouring onto all of the video sites that makes publishers critically important. This is good news for the humans, our friends who actually work for a living. An algorithm doesn't sort video very well because it doesn't know quality, it doesn't know context. So if you're New York Magazine, you can say, you know what, there were 8,000 videos about Mitt Romney. You don't need to see 8,000 or even 800, you probably need to see 8. But the decision to go from 8,000 to 8 is a human decision, and Magnify is the back end that does that for New York Magazine, for lots of publishers you know. So the way that the Magnify curation tool works, it starts with a search. Search all 22 web video sites with a set of keywords and get some results. Then narrow that down and say, you know what, let me get the search right, and that's getting the algorithm to work. Then you automate it. And you say, who on my editorial team should be looking at the Romney videos, and how many would they like to see every day? Would they like to see 10? And it will come to them in an email form. So what we're really doing is pushing to the editorial team just the amount of content that they can filter. So they can look at 10 videos and pick one. And that's a manageable amount. Magnify is a wrapper. So it's surfaced on the embedded player from the third-party site. So if it was originally on Dailymotion, we're delivering a Dailymotion player to you. If it was originally on YouTube, we're delivering a YouTube player to you. But it's being wrapped with your URL, so the video is no longer a YouTube URL, it's now New York Magazine, and then the name of the video. So it's a natural language result, which makes it much better for SEO. It means that all of a sudden the end users of your site are getting robust collections of content wherever it sits. And by the way, it might be on CBS, it might be on CNN, any place that has an embed code we can bring it. Two big surprises. We always believed, and this is one of those, you know, when you use the word assume, you know what it does to you and me. We always believed that pre-roll in front of third-party content was going to be problematic. We never checked that, we never asked anybody, and then we started to think about it. We thought, you know, the way that the actual revenue share works on the web, if I put an ad at the top of my page, or on the side of my page, or near a video, the law doesn't make a differentiation between where the revenue comes from. It doesn't say you can get revenue from the top of the page, but not from over here. So we sat down with the guys at YouTube and said, hey listen, if we've got someone like New York Magazine and they're gathering a large collection of video, and some of it's coming from you and other places, and they're adding value by being smart and human, and they run a pre-roll in front of that collection, do you care? And the YouTube guys said, nah, we don't care. We're like, really? That's interesting, that's like a big surprise. Then we sat down with our legal advisors and said, we just want to make sure that there isn't some lurking concern here. And they said, no, this is the way the web works. So we released a product about 90 days ago called PreRoll Everywhere. And essentially, any one of our publishers can now run a pre-roll in front of any video they discover on the web. It's 100% their revenue. We're not in the ad network business. So it's a relatively low license fee for the service, for the hosting service, for the monthly fee, and then it's a CPM, a low dollar, single-digit CPM for additional pages that we help you grow. So it's a SaaS model. There is one place we do a revenue share, which is, we have a deal with AOL, and we bring all the videos from AOL into the Magnify platform. AOL sells them in their network, and they split 50-50 with our publishers, the revenue from those ads, but we don't take a cut of that. We've been waiting for this day for a very long time. There are a couple things that are changing that I think are going to be meaningful for our business. One is the living room. You've got something like 20% of US households now have some kind of internet connection, 2% currently use it. We see that changing in the next 12 to 18 months. People want to start watching collections or channels as opposed to individual videos, because search is not a very good experience in the living room. So we think that that's going to change. And by the way, the guys at YouTube have been driving this very hard. I mean, all their investment in original content is focused really on mobile in the living room, not on the website. And if you talk to the guys at YouTube, they'll tell you their big passion in terms of getting this right is curation. So, it's always a good sign when the guys in, San Bruno and the guys in New York agree on something.